A warm welcome back to Spectacle Island for episode 18 with me, MrSealyp. You know what they say? Make hay while the sun shines. Well, for me, it's make hay, pallets while it rains. Might as well crack on. I need a bit more practice with the forklift. So I thought I'd get on with doing some more pellets. I'll do... I don't know how many I'm going to do. You'll see in the morning how many I've done, but I'm going to crack on. I'm going to store them all under the side. We will load up onto the trailer at some point later on. I'm going to aim to do probably about the same amount as I've done straw. But we'll see. A new day dawns. The animals have been fed. I popped back in for a bit of breakfast. And now, where are we going to go to first? We're going to head out and grab a lorry and trailer or a tractor and trailer. Haven't quite decided. Everything's filling up very nicely. Not a problem with the livestock. We are going to be getting pigs today. I am going to be planting field 10. I am going to be harvesting field 3, so a few jobs to be done. I need to clear up a mistake I made when I said about... What has happened? Is it just me, or is it wherever I go there are just vandals? These were all... I took them all off the trailer and I neatly stacked them all along the side there, like these two. I mean, it could have been a storm. I mean, it did rain all... I mean, like, rained all night. It didn't stop. Well, it did stop, because it's not raining now, but you know what I mean. Okay. I know I've been busy, because that was all my straw pellets. This is all my hay pellets. And I've got tons more. I say pellet. I'm doing it again. Pallets. I've got tons more straw and hay pellets to do, so I can do loads more, so this production can roll on and roll on. I'm going to wait until we've got a decent price. I'm not sure what the price is actually at the moment. I haven't checked because it's a new day, so it probably wouldn't hurt to have a look in case the price is phenomenal. Oh, there we go. Look, 834 and 937 climbing. So not bad prices at all. At the pallet sell point, if we go down to the standard in-game one, 431 and 290 at the straw barn. I say standard in-game one, the one that comes with the map. So I'm going to grab probably... Where is my other trailer? Oh, it's there, behind it. It's gone! The vandals have nicked me trailer. I don't know, do I need more than... I'm not going to need more than 70,000 litres, am I, to get the sunflower off the field? I'll use the lorry for now, we'll swap over to a tractor. Yes, I said about using this, the Trans 70, to put the pellets into the hopper. I said that Bear and Papa had suggested it. It wasn't Bear and Papa, it was Stuart. I'm so sorry. I've got people suggesting all different things left, right and centre, and I make little notes here and there. I've said it before. For some reason in my head, I could have sworn it was Bear and Papa, but it was Stuart. So thank you, Stuart, for that idea. It works and worked absolutely perfectly. So we'll get down, we'll get the field harvested underway. Then we'll get over to field 10. We'll get that sown. As you can see, I was busy as well. I got all of the fields, well, I'd say all of the fields, these three, 1, 2 and 4, I put soybean. I said I was going to do a massive soybean harvest. Growth is set on slow at the moment, so it's going to take a while, but I've got other jobs I need to be getting on with, so I thought that's not going to be a problem at all. So then what we'll do is once field 4 is done, I'll re-prep that. That's going to be soybean 2, and field 10 is going to be corn. But we have got enough on hand to get the pigs now, so I thought, why not just crack on? As you can see, my seeder is there, which is where I left it, which is rather handy. And yeah, we just need to get on with it, I guess. No more prevaricating around the bush, so to speak. Let's open up a new header. Headers seem very big. I'm sure I used a 9 metre last time, or did I use a 6? Can't remember. And it doesn't really matter. Now, I can't remember, is it sunflowers as well, or is it just corn that requires you to plough directly after? Easy way to check, I suppose, is go to there, go to there. Nope, we're good. I can direct drill straight in. I am on my second go round of watching Clarkson's Farm. I've managed to persuade me, well, not persuade at all actually. I said to MrSealyp about it and said how great it was, and I'd watched it over 2 nights. So last night she said, "Oh, we could watch some." I said, "Yeah, of course we'll put it on." She is loving it. So, and I've got absolutely no problems whatsoever watching it through a second time. So yeah, still loving that. It's absolutely fantastic. And I was saying, Caleb, the young lad that's helping him, the sort of farm hand, although he's got his own farm as well, has become just this internet sensation. And it's quite funny because I don't think MrSealyp watched an interview with him on, was it TV, whatever it was on. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it was on. And he doesn't have, he doesn't have Facebook, or there's a whole load of social media stuff he doesn't use, but he's become this internet sensation just from the show. And what's been quite interesting is that since the show aired, the farm shop has been absolutely swamped because people just want to go there. Now they know it exists, and now they know where it is, they're going there. And Jeremy Clarkson keeps tweeting, apologising to the residents of Chadlington for all the traffic and all the cars at the farm shop. It's amazing how it's just blown up. But, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll get a worker going. I'm losing my voice again. I don't know why. It's not like I've been out. I'm not a town crier in my spare time or anything like that. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Now I know I keep mentioning Bear and Papa. I know some people get cross because I play favourites apparently. Excuse me. But he's been sending me a load of pictures of his Spectacle Island playthrough. But I'm sure I mentioned he's up. It was well over 360 hours at that point, I think. But what he's decided to do is treat it like a holiday, like the island is a holiday destination, and he's running like a whole holiday experience. So he set it up with the little log cabins, right? Omatana, I think. They pay you a little bit out. He's got a load of cabins. He's done a load of the RVs, the 82 Studio RVs, the camper trailers, Land Rovers. There's a whole rental service down at the docks. So you can go and rent vehicles and take them out on the island. They run tours. There's boat tours. There's a little restaurant thing. Again, I think it's an Omatana one. He's then also done, and it's absolutely brilliant, he goes out and he does wood collection for the stoves and that kind of stuff. So he chops it all up and he has little trailers of his wood. But he's also got, I think from the No Man's Land Placeables pack, there's the rubbish sacks, the black like bin bag rubbish sacks. And he goes around and does like a refuse collection. And then he's got a skip container that everything gets thrown into the skip to go off to, in inverted commas, the sort of incinerator, the local. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, brilliant is the least of the way to describe it. Absolutely fantastic. And that's one of the things I think has always stood out for me with this game, and more so with FS19, with all the stuff we can do with landscaping and things now. And I've said it so many times before, it's each to their own. And when mods come out and people do I've seen forum chats and discussions where people are saying, please explain to me why we've got X, Y and Z, whatever it might be. some of the more peculiar mods. And that's the reason, because yes, this is a farming game, and if you're going to be an absolute farming simulator purist and I am farming only, that's entirely up to you. But that ability to be able to create a world, to be able to create a storyline, a whole, so the game, you've then got this whole island that's alive, you know. Yes, there is farming happening and you may well be the farmer or part of the farming, but there's all this peripheral stuff going on as well. And I think that's brilliant. But again, you don't have to. And that's the other brilliant thing about the game, and always has been. You can pick and choose. You can do whatever you want. It's great. And I know I've said this so many times before. But I do wonder whether people just kind of forget, or, you know, that just because you play the game a certain way, it doesn't mean everyone does, you know. And I know I'm guilty of it as much as anyone else, because I do have people message me saying, you know, I'll have those crisis moments, those moments of conscience where you're thinking, oh, should I be doing this, should I be doing that? A lot of people have said in the chat, do this, do that, why aren't you using this one? And people say, you do you, just play it how you, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's just getting on with that, doing what you want to do. We are rapidly approaching FS22 being released, and yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of not sure. I've kind of steered away from talking about it, and it's a bit of a, again, not a rant, I don't think. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm very, very excited, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I'm blown away by the whole production chains thing, and that comes into what I was saying before. If you're an absolute purist and I'm doing farming, it's a farming game. I'm not playing transport simulator, or, you know, whatever it might be, periphery simulator. But I like the fact that they're adding all these extra things in. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole load of manufacturers, a whole load of new gear, a whole load of new stuff that would just, you know, it's going to be brilliant. Base game stuff, and with the seasons added in whichever form we kind of get it, I'm sure modders will tweak things here and there, and there'll be all sorts of cool stuff. And that's absolutely brilliant. Then looking the other day at the parallax occlusion mapping, about how that works and getting more depth and texture and detail and stuff, I think that's fantastic. The one area I'm a little bit was when they announced the new crops, and I'll be honest, hand on heart, I was a little bit disappointed, if I'm honest. I don't know. It's not my place. I shouldn't, you know. I'm not a game developer. I'm not a map maker. I'm not a modder, you know. And the work that goes into doing these things, I understand. It's absolutely, you know, it's a huge amount of work to do any of this stuff. And, you know, I'm not developing a new game. But the flip side is, if it were me, you know, if I was working for Giants, if I was part of the, you know, those discussions, when you're talking about, okay, the new game, let's talk about new crops, what are we going to implement? Wouldn't you have steered away from stuff that's already been done? I mean, with regard to modders bringing stuff to the game, you know, we've got sorghum, we've got olives, and we've got grapes on certain maps, and we've got some of the machinery too. My worry is that kind of thing of we're going to get new machinery for the new crops. We have kind of, but it's not new, if you know what I mean. I know it sounds, and the problem is, I think anything like this, when you get into these conversations, you sound like a spoilt child. It's like, you know, well, you want this, this and this, but then you're not happy with what you get. But my argument to that is, but is it new though? I mean, that's the thing, is it new? It's new for Giants, but it's not new for the game, I think, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's just putting it out there, my thoughts as I'm doing stuff, you know. I've always done that, you know, as I'm going around, as I'm harvesting, you know what it's like. And the beauty of again, playing this game, as I've always found, is that time to relax and think and organise your thoughts. It's why I started playing the game in the first place. It's why I kind of fell in love with it and really enjoy it, and it's why I enjoy those jobs, those things that people find mundane and boring. I can spend hours doing it. It just doesn't really bother me. because it's that perfect opportunity for whatever's been going on in your day, you know, and when I was working at the school, that kind of stuff, to come in, having had a busy day with all sorts of stuff going on, to be able to just sit down, relax, almost kind of switch off in a way, but it gives your brain a chance to catch up, you know. It gives your brain a chance to organise its thoughts, process what's happened in the day, and prepare things, you know. When I was doing my lesson planning for teaching, and it was amazing how many times I would be doing something like this, going up and down the field, and your mind's just ticking away quite happily. Right, let's get a work on. No. And your mind ticks away and ticks away and ticks away, and you solve problems, you know, things you've been thinking about, and you're thinking, oh, I need to teach this, this, and this. How am I going to go about it? What angle am I going to come at it from? How am I going to tackle it? How do I allow to cover all the kids in the classroom, you know, that I'm going to get to everybody, that I'm going to be able to, you know, that the higher end kids are going to get pushed, the lowest end kids are going to get pushed, but they're all going to need pushes from different perspectives and angles, you know. Things I learned when I was training and all the different courses I did. You have visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic learners. Auditory obviously is sound. You can talk at someone, they'll listen, no problem at all. Then you've got your visual learners that need to see something on a board, or, you know, a picture of something, whatever it might be, to really fully get a grasp of what's happening. So you combine those two together, and the audio and visual is how most things are taught. But then you've got your kinesthetic learners, and the kinesthetic learner is a person that needs to touch something, they need to hold something, to understand it fully, they need something in front of them that they can manipulate and adjust, and, you know. And when you're coming at a lesson trying to plan something, and also then start thinking, okay, well, if I need to allow for all of those types of learners, what do I need to get in? So doing jobs like this, that was when all those kind of, like playing Tetris, all those things just they fall into place, clunk, 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 and then you start thinking, okay, and then the plan forms in your head of where you want to go with it, you know. More insights into the weird and wacky world of MrSealyp. I do miss it. I do miss the teaching. I don't miss all the... I was going to use a bad word then. All the cow poo that goes with it. Don't miss any of that. Don't miss the politics. Don't miss the nonsense. Don't miss all the bureaucratic... I know that people that love their bureaucracy and love their red tape and love their paperwork would always argue it's necessary. But there was so much stuff that was like, really, you know, just let the teachers teach, let them do their jobs, you know. Stop with all this crap. Stop with all this sorry if you're young and watching. I don't normally use words like that, but I'm very passionate about the teaching thing. I'm very passionate about education, and I think, you know, when teachers are being almost kind of hamstrung in a way, hobbled in that kind of, you're spending so much of your time doing paperwork and justifying what you're doing rather than just doing it, you know, just... But we need to prove to other people you've done this. Really? Okay, great. So we can put on a piece of paper that you've done it, and we can say that the school is this, the school is that. Okay. Sorry. It did turn into a bit of a rant, didn't it? Anyway, I've got a worker working. It's going to fill up fairly quickly. What I would do now then is hop out. We need to get over to field 10. I need to start sowing. Hopefully, one of the locals will help me with unloading. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I will get one of the other tractors, one of the other two. I was thinking about getting another one, getting a fourth tractor. When we get a bit more money, I'm going to get a fourth tractor. But I'm going to get one of those, you know, that class, it was the dog, wasn't it? But it was instead of a cat. And then they did the class version of the track one. It was like 100 grand for a 500,000 horsepower. No, 500 horsepower tractor. I'm really worried my voice is going to go. Can you tell? And for those of you that were shouting at the screen saying, maybe if you stop talking for 5 minutes your throat wouldn't hurt so much, it's a fair point. Fair point. And I will take that on board. I promise. Right, so this is a fairly big field. We're going to get a load of corn off this. Great demand at Sawmill, I've just noticed. What is the great demand, and is it a great demand? I'm assuming it's for wood chippery. 462, that's alright. Is that right? I might have a look actually, because there's a few different modded sawmills and things. I might look for a wood chip sell point and see if we can get a better price. I know, because we can still deliver by boat, which I think is brilliant. I love that, and I might just go with it anyway. Fold that. We are on corn. I think we're going to have to refill at some point through this process, though. Pretty sure we're going to have to. So drop that down. I might even deliver some of the pellets in this episode. Oh no, is this one not a direct drill? It's not, is it? We've only got a... Hang on a minute, what did I do before? I've only used this on a ploughed field before. No. What a buff on. Planters. How did I make that mistake? Is that the one I've got? No. I should have got that. I suppose I could swap out for the Great Plains YP4025. Does all the crop types and it's a direct drill. Maybe, do you reckon now's the time to do that? 102 grand. You know what? Now, I had this problem before. What did I want to go for? I think I want to go for the 3-point, wasn't it? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've lost my mind. Right, let's unload that. What am I thinking? Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, why not? Let's up our game a little bit. Now, this is what I was talking about before. You can have a plan in your head about how you want to do something, and then it doesn't always kind of go the way you thought it was going to. Something will happen, and you change your mind, or, you know, circumstances change. So yeah, let's roll with it. Let's go and get a new one. Then while we're down there at the main store, we will lease the livestock trailer again. Pigs. I might have a roll. Actually, no, I've just spent 100 grand, haven't I? That was a bit stupid. Mind you, it's a new day. I haven't done any propane runs for... Did I do one yesterday? I'm trying to think now, because I've been getting a couple of episodes into each day, I think. Some days 2 or 3. So I just can't remember now. Can't remember what the last one was I did, but anyway. Not to worry. Help cheese, I need full grain tank. No! The good thing with having 3 tractors and then potentially 4 if I go down that route is that we'll be able to, like in this situation, I can have the foremost is on the fertilizer spreader. This can be doing one job, the other one can be doing another job. When I only had 1 or 2 I started off with, didn't I? It's a bit of a struggle when you're trying to get all the various different jobs done, but it you know, it happens, it works. It's another one of those things I was saying to MrSealyp about watching Clarkson's farm, was that thing of, you know, the 3-metre cultivator, the 3-metre planter, seeder and that kind of thing. The amount of times I had people comment on stuff saying, well, in the real world people wouldn't do that, people wouldn't do massive fields with small machinery like that. They absolutely do. You know, when you drive around, a lot of, not all of it, and that is a generalisation, but when you drive around in the UK, you'll see loads of farmers out in a field, you know, and you'll see them going up and down with a tiny implement, thinking to yourself, that field is huge, it's going to take you so long. But they do it because that's what they got, and that's what they've always done, and it's still a lot quicker than using horses and ploughs and horses, you know, or manually seeding, or You know, it does happen. It's, you know, not everywhere, not everyone has massive equipment. Get some back on this towards the other one. That's good. It's funny for me how, thinking about what I was saying about Bear and Papa, that coming onto here, and I said about, oh, okay, I'll repair it first, and then we'll sell it. 57, okay, it's a big chunk towards, it's over half of what the other one was. That, having gone so kind of narrative heavy, and very sort of narrative heavy, I think, on my last two Let's Plays, and I'm sorry about Lucas, I want to do some more on it, I do. But deciding to come on here and just play, you know, for me, not having a narrative, and not everyone likes the narrative, but it's funny, as soon as I was seeing the pictures that Bear and Papa sent me, straight away I'm thinking, I miss it. I miss doing the narratives. You know, I like a storyline. It's for me, it's what adds all that immersion. There's a certain amount of, I do enjoy playing the game, of course I do. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, because for me, I'm seeing the farm grow, I'm seeing it build, I'm buying new fields, I've got an idea in my head of things I want to do and where I want to go with it. But the narrative helps kind of drive that, you know. I bought this is part of the CSZ pack, and again, I'm not going to say, might have been Bear and Papa, but this is like a 12,000 litre silage. So this will do all those silage type crops that I will use when I'm cleaning, mucking out feed areas. But that's bigger than the large. I mean, my large bucket, the high dump bucket is 8,000. That will do 12,000. Now, admittedly, the high dump bucket will do all sorts, crops and things as well. But it's pretty cool. Right, let's go and I'll say refill. I need to switch that to corn. There we go. Upgrade. Like I say, it really wasn't my intention. I didn't intend to upgrade, but I'm just thinking, do I? No, I'll start with what I've got, and if I need to refill, I'll come back. There's no point in going and getting more now. So this added a bit in that I wasn't expecting. So I was kind of in my head thinking, okay, time-wise, I waffled on for ages in the first bit, and now we'll get this underway, and then we'll go and get the pigs, and then I'll need to feed them. And then you start thinking, okay, time-wise, with regard to an episode length, am I kind of there? Am I? This is adding a chunk in the middle that I wasn't expecting, but that's not a bad thing. I have something planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow being 4th of July, American Independence Day, for our cousins across the pond. I hope it works. It's going to be a kind of, I don't know, I'm not going to give them, I mean, it's not, no, nothing major. I haven't prepared a firework display or anything like that, but yeah, it's just a bit of a nod and a have a great day type thing, but we'll get on. That'll be tomorrow, I hope. Tank open. We'll get the little bit that's on that container in that container. Once I've destroyed the container, close that, and hook up. Right. I mean, when you think about it, although I did already have to buy a cultivator, I mean, there are plenty of cultivators, not bad sizes, fairly cheap as well, but I suppose because this will do both, it just makes sense to do it now, doesn't it? Let's open it out. Now this is taking me up to, I didn't even look. Is this a 9 or a 12? Actually, it doesn't look any bigger than my last one. What size was this one? I was on that, wasn't I? Which is a 9. This is a 9 as well, wasn't it? Oh, 12, okay. Doesn't look any wider, but it is. Fantastic, so we have actually gone bigger. That's better. That's more like it. Let's try and actually get it all done rather than missing bits. So, that simple bit of, right, let's get this done with corn. We are now finally getting it done with corn. So as you may have noticed as well, I've gone down that route, which I don't think I've done for a while. I'm trying to think the last one I did it. Did I do separate? No, I did. When I bought the farm on 6 Ashes, there was already pig food in the thing. When I bought it, it had pig food. That lasted quite a while. And I bought pig food, didn't I? Pretty sure I bought pig food. I didn't do it with separate crop. So this is the first one for a while where I'm actually doing the actual components for the pig food rather than buying pig food. Which, as I said before, isn't always the most cost-effective way of doing it, and often you find that you'll get more for your crops than it costs you to buy pig food, so you're better off selling your crops and buying pig food in. But we'll do it this way. I think because, again, like I said way back at the start, because there are, because of what Jim does and what he supplies, because of what he gives on your maps, there are so many ways you can make money. And you can pick and choose which one of those you want to do. You don't have to do them, but they're there if you want to. There are extra revenue streams available if you want them, that I don't have to worry too much about that. I mean, I could have just said, you know what, let's get pigs. I'll spend a day doing propane runs and petrol runs. I've got enough to buy the pigs, and let's buy a ton of pig food, and I haven't got to worry again. But again, for me, there's more to it, because I want to grow the crops, I want to use the machinery, I want to, so there's an element of that to it. Right, so we do have 2 direct drills now, that's good. I'm going to do another couple of strips this way, so if I do put a worker on, we're not going to end up in the drink. We are rapidly heading towards CLEG getting her results for her A-levels. I think it's on the 10th. Is it 10th of July, 10th of August? Oh, it might be the 10th of August actually. But she has managed to get herself a full-time job in the meantime. She's hoping that her grades are going to be enough to get her into university. And I may have mentioned this before. First of my children to go. None of my others were that bothered. They didn't, they went off to do. They've done other things, and that's their prerogative. Never wanted to force my kids to do anything they didn't want to do. So, but yeah, she wants to go off to uni. So she's waiting on results. She's got conditional offers, but she's hoping she's going to get the results she needs to take up one of those conditional offers. So, I don't know if any of you knew, she used to work at the Lego store, part-time at the Lego store. Now, for me, being a Lego fanatic, somewhat, if you watch my 50k subscriber special, I have bought a few more Lego sets since then. I buy, build, collect Lego. I find that as well incredibly therapeutic, to sit down with a kit and all of the brick knolling and organisation and building. I love it. I just absolutely love it. And so yeah, she was working there part-time, and then it's like a Christmas casual, I guess, if you want to call it that. After Christmas they didn't keep her on, but they did say if they needed anyone full-time at any point they'd be in touch. So she was applying for jobs left, right and centre, like all over the place, just in case, because we had said to her she needed to start paying housekeeping. All of our kids do. Once they turn 18, you're paying housekeeping. So she needed a job, which is great. And she hadn't really had many replies back. And then out of the blue, she got a phone call. And the Lego store said, look, we're looking for a full-time member of staff. Would you be interested? So she said, look, potentially I may be going off to uni in September. And they said that's absolutely fine, because obviously she's not going to be in lectures all the time. And they would fit her work schedule around that too, if she wanted. So she's back working at Lego store. Now, there's two reasons why that's great. One, it's a very nice environment, and when she worked there before, the store where we live, the staff there are fantastic, because I go in there a fair bit, so I kind of know something. Plus, she gets a discount, which is not to be sniffed at. So yeah, it's very cool. They're a very good employer, actually. But yeah, so yeah, she's. I know lots of people have still been asking about the videos and whatnot, and I'm gonna be totally honest at this point. I don't know. I really don't know if she will make any more at any point. I was really hoping she would. I don't know. I think that I was kind of really hoping there was underlying reasons and stuff like that. And this is hard for me to say as a dad. But I think it's that thing of, it was great fun while it lasted, and she would spend ages with me and have a great old time, but I think she's grown up a bit. And I think spending time with her dad's not what she wants to do. Back over at field 3, the process rolls around. The harvesting is being done. I'm trying to get all of the processes done at the same time. So harvesting is being done. Fertilizer spreader is kind of following along behind as and when it can. I'm now going to get the soybean in the ground, all kind of at the same time, if I can. What's that cover open? Drop it down and crack on. Field 10 is almost done. Once the fertilising is done on this field, I'll get this seeded first with soybean, then I'll do the second fertilising, then I'm going to take the fertiliser spreader over to field 10, get the second fertilising on then, and that's all my fields re-prepped again, all good to go. But as I said, I've got it on slow at the moment. And while I'm doing other jobs, I don't mind it sitting on slow, that's fine. And then all I'll do is, if I kind of run out of jobs to do, then occasionally I will then switch it up to normal. And it depends on the Let's Play as well. Sometimes I'll have it on fast, it depends. If I just want a quick turn of field, you know, often I will do that. But it's not something I normally put much emphasis on. I just, lowering it would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, I just kind of do it without really thinking a lot of times. I just set it on whatever it's on and leave it. I don't really often fiddle around. It's only on this one, as I've been doing other things, I suddenly thought, oh yeah, I don't want my fields to be ready yet. Does that make sense? But we are farming. So what we'll do now then, if that's a straight line, let's get that on. Lots of workers doing their thing. So we should be alright for the next pass for the fertiliser spreader. So what I'll do is hop out, and that means this can carry on a bit longer without needing to stop. So what I'll do as it does the turn, well, actually when it stops there now, I can hop out. Let's hop in this. This will need to wash. Really needs a wash. Actually, I might need to do a headland. I don't know if I've got enough room for turning round there. Maybe I have. For the seeder, that is. Should be alright. Swing that round. Do another strip down with this. Am I far enough over? Just about. Oh, am I going to hit the lorry? No, we should be alright. Excellent! And then what I'll do is probably swap out the lorry and I'll go and get the trailer. Oh yeah, I didn't get the livestock trailer, did I? I went down there and picked up the new planter and then completely forgot. Never mind. No plan survives contact with MrSealyp. Right, seeders are all back. I just refueled this. Actually, I've got a few more vehicles need refueling. I was going to go and get the pigs now. I was going to drive around here, unload the sunflower, and go and get pigs. However, I have just had a great demand pop up at the sunflower oil factory. 1,900 and something for 1,000 litres of sunflower. I think I've got some in storage here as well. Let's put that all in. So we've got 54,800 litres of sunflower to sell. So we're going to take a trip out to the sunflower oil factory. We're right up in the northeast. We're going to go across one of the little causeways. I'm going to avoid going too fast across the causeways because I don't want to end up like I did with the gold bars, losing everything. Because selling this then will give me a big chunk of money back, covering the cost of what I just bought the planter for, but also will cover the cost of, if not all of, or towards buying the pigs. Field 3 has been fertilised. It has been planted / seeded. It has been fertilised again, but it was harvested first. So yes, all hands on deck, many hands make light work. I come the wrong way. Oh, that's right, go straight away. So yeah, that's all done and prepped. I need to take the fertiliser spreader over to field 10 now. That's done, and that's all my fields good to go in the next growth cycle. So yeah, pigs next. I have an issue with the gold production, and it's down to me as my doing mod reviews. In that I had every intention of placing it, and it works on this map absolutely perfectly. But the problem I found was, have I mentioned this before? I can't remember whether I mentioned it on a mod review, whether I mentioned it on here. That when I went to do a mod review, I couldn't open the animal pens menu because for some reason, well, I say not for some reason, because they use the animal pen system. That the production packs, factory packs, cause problems with livestock. And again, if any of you are having problems, you've gone onto a map and you can't open any of your livestock menus, it is often has been found to be factories / production packs. If you have any installed, and you may not even have them enabled for the game, for that particular let's play, it can still cause you problems. So I had every intention of using it on here and doing gold production, which is fantastic. However, when I went to mod review the other day and it was a cow shed, I couldn't get the livestock menu to open, so I had to uninstall it. The problem is then it's going to mean I'm going to have to bounce between installing and uninstalling it. I mean, I can do, I guess. When I come to do a mod review, just uninstall it and then reinstall it. So I suppose I could still do it, couldn't I? It's a bit of a pain, but I think that's the other thing when I was talking about FS22 earlier, was the fact that the production chains, I hope, will have a separate system. So rather than the production factories and stuff using the livestock system, which obviously is being utilised at the moment, I'm hoping they'll have made a separate system for it. Who knows, they might not have done, but again, we shall see. Right, sunflower is this one just under here? Let's check the old mappage. It is sunflower oil factory, great demand. Now I think we could have bought stuff up. Oh no, it's the boat selling station. I was going to say we could have bought it up here by boat, but then we wouldn't have got the great demand at this particular point. Here, let's unload. And what's the big bucks rolled in? Not quite 100 grand. Should be under, shouldn't it? Or maybe just over. Oh, I can't. My mind's fried. 104,458. It was well worth doing. So I was going to have that for pig food. I've got plenty of canola, but again, once the fields are done with the soybean, we'll sell that. I could buy some pig food in, or what I might do is then whatever crop I need for the pigs, I'll just roll around and do a large crop. If you haven't been up here before, there is a buy anything kind of point really, which is, let's swing around. If you did watch my map tour or anything like that, come up here to this point, just here, and we do, oh, where's it gone? So this is the kind of imports stuff coming off the ships. Press L3. So we can buy sunflower, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, sugarcane, seeds, total mixed ration, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertilizer, manure, pig food. So we could come up here to the imports crane and buy pig food. Lime's free, so I don't know what, unless it doesn't charge you, but and then back round again. So yes, if you wanted to, you can come up here and you can buy stuff. But anyway, back to the farm. I'm going to grab the lorry. I'll see you down at the livestock market with the livestock trailer we've used before. Let's get our pigs. That was my intent. My intention for this episode was harvest field 4, sow field 10, get the pigs. We did get a little bit sidetracked here and there, but nothing wrong with that. Off to the livestock market we go. I'm going to get some Gloucestershire old spots, I think. I know they're just spotted pigs. Let's do this. I'm going to get 20 like I did with all the others, just to start us off. Didn't notice that before. Hang on a second. Just hop in there. Yeah. I think that's it. This little ramp there. Was that there before? Because you can't get the barge round here. Right. Let's get the pigs in and let's get them fed. We should have enough of everything. We've certainly got enough sugar beet. That won't be an issue. We could probably sell some more of that. I actually might bring a load of that down here. I might load up, use the larger trailer. We'll see how much they take to start off with actually, because they are going to reproduce fairly, I say fairly quickly, they should reproduce fairly quickly. I don't want to use all of my, I can always just do some more root crops, can't I, at the end of the day. Actually, it'd be interesting to see, having been up there just now, at the imports, if it's cheaper to buy sugar beet than what you make selling it. Because when you take into account the whole process of the equipment and leasing and seed, I suppose it's like any of the processes, isn't it? When you start diving really deeply into the costs of everything, a lot of the things you do in game, the costs outweigh the profits sometimes. And sometimes with the equipment and machinery, when you look at leasing or buying, and when you look at, I mean, in the real world, you know, you're going to buy a piece of machinery if you buy it, and you're going to want that piece of machinery to last you 20 years. In that 20 years, it will pay for itself. It's a long-term investment, a hugely long-term investment. In game, we kind of look at the prices for things and say, well, that's expensive. I need to make that money back like within 2 days, kind of thing, you know. I know the game is a kind of microcosm, and obviously prices reflect the fact that a day in the game kind of could represent a month, you know. But it's interesting that, yeah, I mean, you have to look long term. Even watching Clarkson's farm, when they were saying about the sheep and that he'd had, what was it, 120 lambs, or he could potentially have 120 lambs, selling them at 65 odd pound, and then when you factored in what he was paying for his shepherdess, he wasn't even going to make any money. If you were going to be your own shepherd, you would, and you've got to remember that initial investment, he paid, I think, 11 grand for his first 78 sheep he bought, is that those 78 sheep will breed year after year. They'll produce young year, so it is an investment longer term. That's kind of the thing, isn't it? That's the point. So, anyway, we've got pigs. Right, so everything now, apart from horses, we've got. We've got our chickens, we've got our cows, we've got our sheep, we've got our pigs. Now all we've got to do is feed the little blighters. Let's see how much of everything they're going to take. Hopefully not too much. I think we'll grab the Trans 70. I don't need 70,000 litres of everything, but I might as well just fill it up, and then I haven't got to keep going backwards and forwards. So actually we'll start with the root crops. Let's go and grab our sugar beet. Oh, it's nice now all the pens have got something in. Whoa! Slightly off camber corner. It's the middle one, wasn't it? Oh dear, that was one of my twins. For anyone who will put in the comments, who sneezed? My twins. It happens. I honestly don't know how much to do here. 20,000 litres is going to be too much, isn't it, for 20 pigs? I think. It's got you should have. And then we'll grab some water out of the, because I did store in the silo what I had left, so. And then bedding, I'll bring a couple of bales over. We'll stick some bales in the point as well. Please don't take all of it. I'm going to look alright. Full. Pigs. 20,000 litres, so am I saying from that it's going to take 20,000 litres of each, potentially? This trailer doesn't like to turn. Should have swung out a little bit wider, really. That's that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do just to break up the jobs? Let's just hop out. Let's grab that. Now, to be fair, I do have an absolute load of straw pellets, don't I? And loose straw. So as far as bedding goes, I haven't really got much of an issue for a while. I'm going to need to do some more hay bales, maybe some more straw bales at some point. Let's grab... Oh no, it's going to muck up those 2 stacks. There's enough there to do perfect mixes. Oh, that's annoying. You know what? I'm going to do straw pellets. Sorry. I know I'm wasting everyone's time. For once, that teacher comment, it's your time you're wasting. It's not. I'm wasting your time. You can see where I'm going with this, though. I'm going to feed the pigs. So, we've now got them. They're in. A few more jobs done today. New piece of machinery. Bit of money made selling the sunflower that we literally just harvested. And weirdly, how long it took me, and I kept saying, I've got to do that sunflower, I've got to do that sunflower. Had I done it earlier, we wouldn't have got the great demand pop up as soon. I harvested, bang, great demand straight away. It doesn't always happen like that, but... Fantastic. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow for Independence Day. We shall see. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.